Good evening. My name is Lamin Jai, and this is The Nation Tonight. Thank you for joining me on the show tonight. Mohast, that's the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, launches the National Research Policy 2022-2031. We have a report for you on that, but also the Gambia has progressed to the group stages of the AFCON 2023 qualifiers after drawing 2-2 against Chad. We have the report also for you. Tonight on the show, I'll be interviewing the leader of the Gambia Action Party, Musa Yali Bachilly. Ayatollah Musa Yali Bachilly will be my guest tonight. Before all of that, so we'll begin with my take for tonight, and I'll be talking about something really that is seriously reducing our population: accidents. It's pretty serious. What we have seen in terms of the statistics is quite grim. So I'll be talking about that tonight. The national or the nation or national road safety strategy 2020-2030 was launched in 2020, 2 years ago. At the launch of this strategy, the Minister of Transport Bachilly Job said road traffic injury is the 7th highest cause of death for Gambians aged between 5 and 49 and the 12th highest cause of disability for the whole population. So this is what Bachilly Job, the Minister of Transport, is saying there. Now let's talk about these chilling facts by the WHO, that's the World Health Organization. Approximately 1.3 million people die each year as a result of road traffic crashes. The United Nations General Assembly has set an ambitious target of having the global number of deaths and injuries from road traffic crashes by 2030. That is the resolution 299 there. Road traffic crashes cost most countries 3% of their gross domestic product there. More than half of all road traffic accidents are among vulnerable road users: pedestrians, cyclists, and motorcyclists. 93% of the world's fatalities on the roads occur on or in low and middle income countries, even though these countries have approximately 60% of the world's vehicles. Road traffic injuries are the leading cause of death for children and young adults aged 5 and 29 years old. So here in the Gambia, the police are telling us that 775 road accidents occur annually and about 169 people sustain serious injuries each year. This is quite grim there. I chose this topic because even just today, there was a fatal accident in Berending in Nyomi where at least 3 people have been confirmed dead. But what is the cause of all these accidents on our roads? Well, officials are largely pointing out 3 things as being responsible for the number of or the amount of road traffic accidents on our roads there. One, they are touting poor road conditions, human error, and bad cars. So now, the solution: the government must invest in good roads along with good street lighting. If you take a close look at the street lights, for example, you will see that the lamps are not as bright as previously. This is causing serious visibility issues for some drivers. And again, there is also the issue of human error. There are a lot of drivers on our roads. Only God knows where they got their license to drive. But the issue of discipline is another thing. You have a lot of drivers who have no discipline at all, and this is most common among commercial drivers. Unfortunately, the police have to also find a way of getting these people off our roads. But also, bad cars really should not be allowed to ply our roads. Well, that will be all for me on my take tonight. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. So we will get into the stories proper. The Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology has launched the National Research Policy Document 2022 to 2031. Mariam Dem attended that event and she came through with this report.
The policy draws a decade program from 2022 to 2030 on how research management and administration can be systemized and consequently harnessed in the effort to accelerate the realization of the 2018 to 2021 National Development Plan objectives, the 2030 Agenda and the AU's 2060 Agenda. It also demonstrates the recognition of the National Development Goals and the integration of research into the mainstream of national development priorities. Permanent Secretary of MOHAS, Mod Eseka, spoke on behalf of Minister Badra Diouf. He outlined that research must be made as an informed policy, public dialogue and mutual engagements on issues that are of relevance to the Gambia. He further explained the importance of the national policy.
We have seen the progressive nature of countries that have research a priority, and the Gambia cannot be left behind. This policy instrument before you is an enabler for scientific and research excellence in our society, in our institutions, and in our industries. Sustainability of excellence will always come from deliberate and informed strategic decisions, and the Gambia presents an excellent opportunity for innovation excellence in selected areas where we can attain a strong competitive advantage. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I will reiterate that the task before us is huge, and as a guiding principle of this policy, we are calling for partnership and collaboration in pushing research interests in the Gambia.
Research plays a fundamental role in the socio-economic development of a society. Meanwhile, the national policy draws on the experiences of research models from several countries which were adopted to suit the Gambian context. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
Welcome back. So the Scorpions have made it to the group stages of the AFCON 2023 qualifiers after drawing 2-2 against Chad. Jacqueline Colley reports.
The Gambia left it late to win the match against Chad to earn a 2-2 draw in the night. All goals were through Asen Cisse, who had endured a goalless drought in the Africa Cup of Nations. They came twice behind Chad to get a 3-2 aggregate to qualify for the group stages of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023 qualifiers. Chad took the lead in the 26 minutes through Ahmad Abdirahman's header, but the Scorpions leveled matters before the first half hour through Asen Cisse, hero of the night. Chad regained the lead soon after halftime through Ezekiel, and the 2-1 scoreline looks set to eliminate the Gambia on the away goals roll. The Gambia was 4 minutes away from being eliminated when Asen Cisse struck his second goal of the night through a penalty to sail his side to the group stage of the 2023 AFCON qualifiers. Meanwhile, the Scorpions have not entered the qualifiers proper as they await to play 6 matches both home and away to secure a spot in the Africa Cup of Nations to be held in Ivory Coast next year. The question is, will Coach Tom Sanford's side continue the fairy tale they started in the just concluded AFCON, or will they be like Madagascar, who couldn't make a return to the AFCON after their first debut? The date of the draw for the group stage of qualifying is yet to be announced by the Confederation of African Football. Jacqueline Colley for Star TV News.
So some more sport news there. Young FC on Sunday thrashed Hans FC 4-0 to clinch the first edition of Muha's sponsored football tournament played at the Jolakunda football field in Bundung. Amadou Kah hat-trick and Omar's lone goal were enough to seal the championship. Modu Gajigo attended the final and he came through with his report.
It was an entertaining finals as hundreds of football lovers watched the encounter between Yongo FC of Nema and Hans of Bundun. Coming into the game, Hans were the better side as they dominated the first 15 minutes of the possessions but couldn't break the defense line of the Yongo FC. Things get better in the second 15 minutes for Yongo FC as Amaduka broke the deadlock before halftime to give Yongo FC the lead. On resumption, Hans FC backline became Pyrus for Yongo FC's attack as Amadou Ba's press and Omar's lone strike was enough to seal the scoreline 4-0. Both coaches reacted to the match after the final whistle.
As I said, we came into the tournament here when I came to the radio station as underdogs, and Alhamdulillah today we are going home with a victory. And our fans are very excited. Trashing a team like Hans FC, the Giants of Bundung, 4-0, 4-0. It's an achievement for everybody, both the fans the players and the staffs, coaching staffs. And alhamdulillah, we have made it today. We made our Nema people very happy. Nema will be proud of us as champions.
So finally, we have ñun win bi dafa surprise Jola Kunda yëpp la surprise moom Hans timu mel ne Hans ñu téye door ko tey foo not ñëpp la surprise kenn expect ko tey Yongo dafa ñëw play tey Yongo tam nag dëgg-dëgg den di saaf game bi nii gaa den ko di saaf play buñ play nañ génne ne all out gaa yi win nañ game bi tamit ñun tam lu ñu waat fu mu nekk dañu laan suñu mistake commencé ko suñ goalkeeper bi dem ba si kanam bi tamit suñ goal bi tey dafa mel dafa caaw.
However, the CEO of Muha's Financial Services, Mohamed Jallo, said his motive is to support the youths in unlocking their potentials in sport and his community by investing in the sport.
For me to come back to my community, this is where I was brought up, this is where I was born, and then organize this kind of a tournament to help the youths develop their talents and their performance. The time we decided to enter into this tournament, there was no return at the time. So looking at the situation in the Gambia because of the COVID-19, people were so relaxed. So that was the time when I decided to go in for this tournament, at least to help the youths to, work on their performances, on their talents, to show their talents, and then also to help my community here at Jolakunda.
Meanwhile, the champions went home with a giant trophy and a cash prize of $15,000 and a runners-up with $7,500. The best scorers of the match, Amadou Ba, the best goalkeeper, Abdurrahman Jallo, and the best player of the tournament, Khalilul Conte, were also awarded. Murgajigo, Star TV News.
Thank you. Welcome back. So, my guest is in the studio. The Ayatollah Musa Yali Bachilly is my guest tonight. Mr. Bachilly, thank you for joining me on the show. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Mr. Njai,
yes.
Thank you. As usual, I start with greetings.
Exactly.
I will start my profound greetings to His Excellency President Adam Barrow and his cabinet, Uncle Mamaranja, IC Chairman and his cabinet, the IGP and his members and his cabinet, Jigeni Gambe Yip.
It's going to be strictly English.
In English,
yes.
But it's okay. I can speak any language.
Go on.
I like that.
Yes.
So, the whole entire Gambian woman from Khartoum to Wilibana, commencing from my mother, and certain names I will mention, Fatoumata Jahompa Sise, Mama Fofana, and all political leaders and the surrogates in Gambia, outside Gambia. People who are sick in the hospital, may Allah grant them shifa. People who are in jail, may Allah grant them freedom. And the special need, those are special need. This disabled person, high regards to them, and myself and my executive, and Uncle OJ is my political mentor, and with his family. And there is one lady that really touched my heart, Say Toure.
Yes.
She has a good heart for special need people.
Yes.
And I say hi to her too. And I'm saying hi to you, my brother. Been a long time.
It's been a long time. We didn't have a session.
Since December 2nd, when we have an interview at your former place. And Mangin New Gambia, Imam Si Pastui. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mr. Njai, go ahead, sir.
Thank you for joining me on the show tonight. Let's begin with this. Let me begin with the questions that are not very important, and then we will go into the more important questions. Why did you call for the arrest of Falan Sonko?
Mr. Njai, with due respect, Falan Sonko, when I talk about him now, I'll just give him a little credit, and the whole world is watching. But he's a brother who don't love Gambia. He doesn't even love himself. Based on certain facts, if you have something that's really bothering you, come out, talk.
Yes.
Code of conduct. You understand? Code of conduct is very important. And he should say, what I don't like is this. You can criticize the president. But trying to brand the president as a terrorist, that's to me is an inciter. He should be arrested and sent to jail for 30 days so that they should know code of conduct is very important. Gambians are lacking code of conduct from homes. Due respect to my mothers and my parents and my fathers, they start insulting their kids.
But he only said that he was going to take to the streets.
My brother, there's a way to take to the street. Go apply for permit first. When you granted the permit, you come out. There's procedures. But saying, I'm ready, the president should bring all the tear gases, all the bullets, I'm ready to die. For what? For what? You have families, you have daughters, you have sons, you have wives. Maybe wife, God knows, you got parents, you got brothers and sisters. Why you want to die? For what? In the name of what? Democracy? You should die in the name of justice and equality. Him, the way he talks is injustice. He should be arrested. Talking about Falun Sonko, it's like I'm giving him a credit. Can you move on?
But the thing that he is complaining about is quite, important. We have to clear that. He is saying that the president stole the election. He should step aside and let the man who won, that is UDP Liber Dabo, to take over. You were part of the Barrow team that, helped the president take the state house. Was this election stolen?
He's accusing us of being a thief. He's accusing us, the highest powerful servant. He's accusing Barrow and his MPP-led court as a thieves. His psychology is insane, man. How come
you are saying he's insane?
He has a problem. He needs to be reevaluated. They should take him to psychiatric to test his brain. How can we, from the president, do respect with all the MPP-led coalition, Fabakary Tombo, Uncle OJ, Bachilly, other political leaders, saying that we fraud the election? That's madness. So that's why to him, this statement is madness. I don't want to talk about him. When somebody's psychological, having some psychological issues, how can we steal an election?
You did not steal.
This election is the most fair, transparent, clean, like Ordosowel. It is clean election. Ale Fosaje, Ale Nga Butele. Falang, he's a brother. I respect him. That statement doesn't make sense. So can we move on?
What is the secret then to you winning this election? What did you do? You were a chieftain, a top member, a top-ranking member of the coalition that backed President Adama Barrow. What was your secret?
The secret is the citizen of Gambians. There's no other secret. You talk to the people. I've spoken to people from Khartoum to Mulibana, through media, through connecting my people, sensitize them the reality that we are voting for peace. Adama Barrow is the president of peace. UDP is the president of fitna. They cannot be president except Facebook president. When they talk to you, they insult. So we need somebody who is a peaceful. And President Adama Barrow is so peaceful. We maintain peace. We don't need violence. Look at these people. They're not even into election. They're not into power. They start insulting. And like I said, Mr. Njai, this is MP-led coalition, but still it's NPP and UDP people running the show. When President Barrow is ready, he will clean the government. I tell him, then I use orders so we clean the whole entire system from top to bottom and put the right people. This is my opinion. This is not from the government.
Yes.
But this is advice. I'm talking. If we clean through the president, he leads, we follow him from top to bottom. And then to minimize that corruption, Mr. President Barrow, I want you to leave legacy. I'm talking to whole Gambians here. President Barrow, listen to me attentively. I want you to succeed. I'm not those leaders. I'm a leader. And I chose you to lead. And secondly, I'm telling you, Mr. President Barrow, when you clean the system after this MP election, from bottom to top, no compromise. Even those are even your party members, Bachilly's party members, even the PP, whoever doesn't want to compromise, doesn't want to really talk about Gambian interests, let's clean them out. And then cleaning them out, we have procedures. Yes. This is Bachilly's ideas here. I want to share small ideas. Certain ideas I have to talk to the president one-on-one, but this is about the interest.
Yes.
Now we use clock in. People start working per hours. Mr. Njai, if you want to eradicate the corruption, we start clocking per hours. You understand? From 8 to 4 by hours, and each hour minimum $200 per hour based on merits. So people can earn $1,000 an hour, $1,500 an hour, $2,000 an hour, $5,000 an hour.
Can that work in the Gambia, given our economic situation?
My brother, there's any economy in the world, and this is my opinion. I'm not saying the president, this is my idea. We have to change our economic system from the riba economic system to Islamic economic system. I guarantee you that.
In terms of,
let me continue.
Go on.
You see, this riba economy system is destroying us. It's just set for certain people, capitalists. But Islamic finance economic system is for the masses. I'm just briefing, but I will bring that on the table.
Go on, yes.
With the details to the president. You see, when we started having clock an hour, if you want to work overtime, they pay you. The maid that cleaning the civil servant offices, they start clocking. You clock, when you clock out, even 3 hours work, they charge you about 3 hours. Minimum start wage, $300 per hour. Then based on merits. Then if you work, imagine, a maid start $300 an hour. He works 8 hours. That's $2,400 an hour. Times 26 days. Because, times 26 days. By 2,400. You understand, Mr. Njai? If you calculate that 2,400 times 26 days, that's a good amount of money. He will pay or she will pay their rent. Food is there.
And you think Gambia has that amount of money?
We have the billion. We have it. We have the petrol. River Gambia alone that's my logo, can only take care of that. Not all the resources.
What did Gambia Action, your Gambia Action Party, because
there's no your.
Okay.
Otherwise, if there is, you make an invest. Don't play the game.
No, I'm not playing any game.
There's only one Gambia Action Party.
One Gambia Action Party.
One Secretary General.
One SG.
Until time.
But the other faction is saying they have sacked you. That's why I put it that way. They said they have all the documents, and they are the real Gambia Action Party, and you are also laying claim to the party. So that's why I said your Gambia Action Party. What did you bring to the table in terms of the coalition 2021 that backed President Barrow to the presidency? What did you bring to the table?
What I brought to the table will be the next answer. But let me really talk about Gambia Action Party for like 2 minutes.
Go on.
All the documents in my position. When you go to IC,
it's you.
It's me. And in politics, you have haters, you have rebels. You have
so are they rebels?
To me, they are. I don't even want to call them. They're incompetent. They don't know what time it is. If they really know the truth, they would even dare to say Bachilly is not the secretary. There is no evidence to back it. Go to IEC. How many times people went to IEC? Journalists went and investigate. They say Bachilly. So to them, I'm sympathizing them. Let them come. We are human. You see, a leader, a strong person uplift people. A very strong person uplift people. But a leader unite. Let them come and apologize. We sit and talk on the table and go away. Otherwise, other people are coming.
But you single-handedly took Gambia Action Party to President Barrow. That's where the feud is. They said that you unilaterally took the decision of joining President Barrow without them giving consent, agreeing to that.
Mr. Njai, the whole entire dunya knows Bachilly is not a liar. They know Bachilly is positive and stubborn. Is Bachilly a liar? They said, no, hell no, man. How can yes, I'm the founder. I'm the one who, 90% is me. I have witnesses. Uncle AJ is enough for me. It's gone, that's all. If whoever don't want Bachilly to be the Secretary General, go form your own political party. Until then.
That's quite interesting.
Until then.
But back to my original question.
Go ahead, sir.
What did you bring to the table to ensuring President Barrow's victory?
You see, I brought a lot. I talk to people. I'm not here to praise myself, Njai. People, I'm a
not really to praise yourself, but to tell the nation what you did.
I have talked
your
to
contribution.
I have talked to people. I talked to people. A majority voted for him. In election, all you need people. And I talk. I make sense. The vision that we have, NPP-led coalition, I've spoken. And they listen. That let's give Barrow a chance. Because he's surrounded by corporate intellectuals who love Gambia at heart. The reason me and Barrow, President Barrow, there's 3 things I like about him. It took me 7 times, President Barrow and I, one-on-one. No, up to the last 7. He said, I love Gambia heart. I'm not greedy. I want to leave legacy here. He gave me 1, 2, 3, and I said, I got your back.
That convinced you?
That convinced me. And then I did my best. Yeah, you said it.
What do you say to those critics who would say, I mean, Bachilly is bluffing. He has no crowd. He has no one
after election,
behind him.
Thank you. After this election, with due respect to the president, I'll call a rally. A big rally.
That's the Ayatollah's rally.
With no, I'm not opposing the president. I want to show the critics that I, Khomeini, in fact, Ayatollah servant Musa Yali Bachilly, I have followers, man. I'm not bragging. I have followers. And people listen to me. It's not my power. It's Allah's wajal. When I speak, the whole nation listen, man. I don't compromise with the truth. If Barrow want to succeed, I've said it from December, since after election up to today. I've made about 4 interviews, 3 with Panderi, Star FM. This is 4th one. He must clean the whole entire system with orchestra well. No compromise. Not from the
So when he does that, do you want to get in? Are you interested in getting in? Because there are those who might think that Bachilly is trying to get a job.
For me, no one can pay Bachilly. I'm a servant of the nation. I don't need to be in the office to do my contribution. Right now, I'm telling the president, clock in to make sure to minimize the criminals and the corruption people. Give them overtime job per hour.
Do you want to be in the president's cabinet?
I want to be in a position where the president can listen to my ideas. I'm not telling him to take all my ideas, but I believe if he take a quarter of my ideas, my political ideas, my visionary ideas, believe me, he will succeed, because I will never compromise with Gambia.
Would you be disappointed if the president gives you a cold shoulder, if he ignores you? I know he's going to form his cabinet. He's going to hire new people, fresh hands, remove certain people. What would be your reaction when Bachilly is not among the people that the president is going to pick?
Mr. Njai, one thing about me, I will boldly speak that, I will say that in front of the whole entire world. I'm super content. There is nobody in Gambia who's more content than I. I'm not saying I'm number 1, but when they count to number 1, I'll be at number 1. There's nothing that will disappoint me. If the president, I'm repeating, if that's why when I use when that's confirmed, if, I'll be much happy. You know why? I will tell him I'm content. Then I will speak to the Gambians that I will never criticize him. I will tell the Gambians what I know, how to develop this country. Not even mention his name. And I will advise him, not in fact, I won't advise him. I will politically manage him through the media, let him listen to me. My brother, you don't need to be in that office to contribute your quota. A true leader, unite. A strong man, uplift. I'm a leader. I unite. There's nothing that will disappoint me. You know why? Because I'm content. Power belongs to Allah. The biggest institution was Islam. They got munafiqun around. They wanted to even deviate Rasulullah. They come so close to the right hand man of Rasulullah, start doubting. But Allah says, I gave my heart to Barrow unconditionally, wholeheartedly. No this, no that, no agreement. I tell you, he told me that he loved Gambia heart. And I'm sure President Barrow don't love Gambia more than me. I can say that.
Yes.
I cannot say that I love Gambia more than him. He said he loved Gambia heart. I love Gambia heart. Then if you love Gambia heart, why won't you work with people who love Gambia heart? If you deviate from that, you don't love Gambia heart, man. When it comes to Gambian interest, there's no compromise. Bachilly, if the president deviates from the truth, and we all know, I will go to him, I will take an appointment first. I will speak to him 3 times. If he say no, I'll vividly come out. Bachilly is content. There is no other money in this world. What's position? $45,000 a month. $50,000 a month. Bachilly, you know how I use money. I calculate money all over, man. So there's no money issue here, no position issue here. I want Barrow to succeed. And I'm the only, I can say, or one of the most top who can face the president politely and tell him, hey, Makoto, kundu hede, in the Sarahule means it's not like this day, it's like this. And Allah says, whoever deviate from the truth, you don't want to listen from the truth, you are ghayril maghdub. Knowing the truth, rejecting the truth, you are ghayril maghdubi.
Why didn't
and
you?
I believe, no, listen.
Go on.
President Barrow, I mean, I'm 100%, I'll be shocked in a way if he changed, because the way I believe, you see, Allah says when a man talk, a real man talk, you listen to him, you respect his words, you have to basically, how you call it, accept it until otherwise. A sign of a munafiq, hypocrite, pathological hypocrite. When he speaks, he lies. When you entrusted him with something, he disappoints you. When he get angry, he's like a vulture. I have not seen that in him. That's why I said he will never deviate from the truth. And I will pray for him. He's a human. Don't get me wrong there. He's a human being. He's not perfect, but he's clean. And I'll pray for him. We have to pray for him. When Barrow fails, yeah, you and I, we fail. The whole nation fail. So why are you wishing him to fail? I'm not afraid of Barrow. Me, I'm not afraid of anything on earth. I don't compromise my religion, Islam. I don't compromise my nation. And I respect my leader. This is my manhaj. Rasulullah said, respect your leaders. I will respect Barrow. I will defend him. I will fight based on the truth. If Barrow wrong, if you're wrong or different, I'll go to my Sir, with due respect. This with evidence backed. Think about it. Sleep on it. If I'm wrong, take me to Janyamuri. When he's right, we defend him. He's a human. But I doubt. But I'm telling you again, there is so much wolves within and out.
So this wolf,
there is so much donga, wizard within and out. They are coming to him with all kind of speculation. If a leader, me Bachilly as the president of Gambia, Mr. Njai, you come and say, Bachilly, I'm okay, but President, Honorable Adam Barrow, for example, is this, you ain't moving 1 inch. You would never move 1 inch. I said, yeah, he said, yes. I said, why? Oh, it's like this, it's like that. I said, okay, great. I said, okay, I believe in you. I trust you. I'm motivated, then I go in my room, I call Honorable Adam Barrow. I said, sir, with due respect, can you come in my office now? When it comes as Mr. Njai, speak what said again. You do that, there's a type of leaders. If you want to be a good leader, he's a Muslim, he's not a Christian. Let him follow the rule and footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he will succeed.
That I know for sure. Let me ask you this. I asked you, you are saying that you are content and all of that. What position or what role do you think you best fit in? What position would you like the president to give you?
It's not like what position I like the president to give me. What is my competent skill?
What is your competent skill? What can you do?
All, man.
You had all.
You put me anywhere. I'm a researcher. I think. I use my brain. I have my own governing council.
So given the current economic situation, if you are made finance minister.
Finance minister.
Yes.
I'm changing the riba economy to Islam finance economy. That's the beginning of the success. Let Barrow bring the most intellectuals who are economists. Listen to me, with brilliant ideas, they can turn dollar into 100 billions. As far as the riba economy, we ain't going nowhere. The success of our economy is from riba economy to Islam finance economy. That's the beginning of Gambia. Say, Alhamdulillah, give you 5 years, boom.
How about 90 days? Because you've always emphasized on turning things around in 90 days. Now you are talking about 5 years. Did you change?
No, I don't change. What I'm saying, 90 days will be the structure to change the riba economy to Islamic finance. Proper. Not Chahancha Islamic finance. Proper one. And then from there, 5 years give a Gambia will be global giant. Malaysia, economic finance. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates. So why? You have to believe in yourself. The riba economy, Allah says, I'm ready, I will declare war against you. That's the only sin. Allah says he will declare war against us. That's why we ain't go nowhere. You see, President Barrow, I love him. He's my brother. One thing I like about him, I watch him this 22 days of campaign. Yeah,
I'm going to go into that.
I got eagle eyes. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to go into that. Let's talk about one thing. I mean, some of your peer political leaders have decided to run for, seats in the National Assembly election. My Fadi, for example, he's a political leader. I have come across people saying, that is where you, the leaders, should start, at least the newcomers. You should go and represent your people first and then climb the ladder. I have even come across your name to say, Bachilly should run for MP. Why didn't you run?
I like this
in the national?
Yeah, it's whatever I do. This is an MP-led coalition. I cannot just jump into conclusion and do whatever I want. It was in my mind to run and select certain people to run. But he's our leader of the coalition. When I spoke to him, that's between me and him. That's why I didn't contest.
What did he say?
No, well, I didn't contest. You should know.
What? I mean, I don't get that.
It's a positive word. I spoke to him. Let me break it down.
Okay, exactly.
I said, Mr. President, I want a certain constituency. Can you give? He said, no. As far as we have the same agenda, can you give me a chance? I said, why not? It's like building a house, 5-star story building, proper everything, AC, and then there's no door.
But I know that's about fielding a number or many candidates. I'm talking about you telling the president that I want to represent Serekunda West. That would not be a problem.
I didn't use that I, Bachilly, want to represent Serekunda West or Kantora. If I'm going to represent that Kantora over there, the richest one, in fact, the richest constituency in the Gambia, I'll use that.
You'll use Kantora?
Yeah, but I spoke to him. You know, he's my leader. And he's the leader within the leaders. So I have to respect him. I'm not hypocrite. I tell him, we spoke, and it makes sense to me. I'll give him a chance.
So he asked you to give him a chance for him to put his own candidate?
Why not? It's the same agenda. If there is no Munafiq agenda between, for me, I'm clean. And I believe he's clean. I'm not saying surrounding him, alhamdulillah. And I warn him. I'm urging him to use his extra eagle eyes. Domai within him, Domai outside. They're ready to destroy him. And I'm telling you,
who are these Domas? When you say these witches, who are these witches?
Those who don't love Gambia hard, they know themselves. Let them challenge me. I mention their names. And the president knows. Wallahi, he knows. I don't swear a lot. He knows. You see, there's one character or quality the president has. Musumagis President Man Bachilly Yali. No matter what, I don't play. President Munna Mer Dokoham. Munna Kontan Dokoham. Are you with me? And he knows he can deal with you, and he knows you have done a lot of dangerous things, wrongful things. He will smile with you. Those kind of leaders, be very mindful. When they hit you, it's over, man. I like that quality. Let him keep exercising that quality, but let him be proactive.
So let me ask you about the president's campaign tour then. You have critics who say the president should not have done this. He is using state resources to campaign when this is purely an NPP affair.
Which one? You talking about this campaign? Or
this campaign.
This MP campaign.
He
said, to me, he went to say thanks to the people who voted for him. And he take the opportunity. Sometimes you calculate the resources. Can they bring that proof that it's a state resource? If it's state resource, huh? I have a comment. Until then, let him bring the proof. Mr. President.
How about his comment?
Yeah, even if you become a president, that's part of the game.
So I have also seen a lot of people, mostly people who are criticizing the president for his comments that Sidia Jatta, the Honorable, should retire, that he's going to retire him too, as he retired Dabo and others.
But in politics, you see, they should understand one thing about, when you listen to his statement, I listen proper. In politics, there is a game of different day today. There is a game of different day in politics.
Yes.
If you are scared of
actually, I don't see anything wrong with what the president did. Myself, that's my own.
There is a different day. There is a politics of different day. Sometimes that's part of politics. But to fake a president of course, for example, God forbid,
he did not insult him.
I'm using an example. To fake it, of course, if the probably but defante, now go retire. Montasumine counter defend. Why Chocho? If the president would have said, and listen to, if the president would have said something negative, immediately Bachilly will come out and say, oh, you're president. I will blame the entourage, the advisors with him. I won't even touch him. I will start fighting the advisors. Then the president will know, who I made a mistake. And he's a man of, he's not perfect. He will use that statement from Bachilly and rectified it. And Nujubu, code of conduct to unite. But in politics, if you ask Bachilly, you know how many names they're calling me. They call me 419, they call me this, they call me all names.
Are these true or wrong?
My brother, come on, man. Yeah, if you know Bachilly, I'm a big boy, man. Sometimes they don't know me.
You are a big boy.
I'm a big boy, man.
What do you mean by that?
When I say I'm a big boy, there's a lot in there.
Like what?
I'm a big boy, that's all.
I think the nation needs to know that, so that they understand.
When
really.
I say I'm a big boy, that means I'm a content servant who's ready to sacrifice for the betterment of the nation, man. That's a big boy. A big boy is not about money. I'm very content.
You know, I've also seen the Honorable Halifa Sallah react to the President's Sidia Jatta retire comment, saying that there are better things for the President to be speaking on instead of him going and trying to demean or attack Honorable Sidia Jatta.
But this politics. Look, if it was Bachilly, I'm the president, and I said, actually the old people should need to be retired. And then one of the political leaders, Uncle Halifa, is a good brother, he's a brother, he's an uncle, he's a friend, he's a mentor. That's his right too. That's his right. We have gameplay. If I use that word, and if I was the president, I would say it. I say he has been there for 20-something years, from 1985. If I'm not mistaken, when did Uncle Sidia started been MP? For a very long time. Jawara regime, if I'm not mistaken, or Jammeh regime up to now. It's a gameplay for him to win. There's a point that is called. What I hate is an insult. And the president did not insult. If Uncle Halifa Sallah counter defended that, you should use better statements for this, that's him. Politics definitely after being there tuti. Definitely bubunak is like, let's talk reality. The betterment of the country. How to uplift the poor, how to help the women, how to help the youths. But sometimes mageti new for new sona lenga durlen dala tuti. So guys, like it's okay. But you see, people don't understand. May Allah grant them deep understanding of the reality. In politics, if you are scared to be criticized, go be a farmer.
What are the type of people that you would want to see at the National Assembly? I mean, this issue to opinion is quite split. You have those who think or believe that it should be competent people that we should send to the parliament, not non-entities. Where do you stand?
I believe in that. Competent people. You see, this is one of the biggest arm of the governance. MPs are not here to sweet talk the president. MPs are here to help the president. MPs are very important. They're more important than ministers. They're here to leave legacy. They are the one who should know what kind of economy we should have. What kind of laws that are good for the country. What kind of bills that are good for the country. From the healthcare system, the educational system. We need somebody who should know that. Not people who just, yes sir, no. I'm not with that. And I believe, this is MP-led coalition, and Bachilly is part of the coalition. But reality, we need competent people. If you understand my language, not ABC.
So what is your view on the wrangling, the internal feud in NPP? You have a lot of people who broke away, who got aggrieved because the party did not choose them. So they feel that they are more competent. Just 2 days ago, the person that I interviewed here was one of them. They've got aggrieved that they are more competent than those people that the National People's Party ended up choosing, and this is a big problem. You have a lot of breakaway NPP members who are in fact running as independent candidates.
Okay,
what is your view on
my view on that is Mr. Jai, this is so sensitive. If I'm a Muslim and I want to be a moderate Muslim and the Salafis, and I leave Islam because there's no moderate in Islam, then I'm not real, man. If you guys are in the same team and they chose the wrong one, go talk to the president. He's the leader of that party. Tell him, Mr. President, I'm more competent than this one, based on this one.
But the president had made it clear from the go that he is not part of this. It is the grassroots officials, the leaders who should be part of that, who should spearhead and superintend that, the issue of selecting who. He said he was not going to interfere.
Okay, the president must interfere to me. You know why? Okay, if the grassroots level are the one who should interfere, when there is a wrong in that, who they blame? They blame the president. Brother, let's be honest. I don't compromise with the truth. The truth is Allah. If God is the one governing the country now, I, the president, and I said I'm not interfering on my MPs, I don't know the reason behind it, why he said to me, if it's me, I won't do that.
Hamatubah said that they are worse than UDP, those who got angry and left the NPP to stand as independent candidates.
Okay. Ahmad Bah has the right to say whatever he wants. This is a political statement. See, there's depth behind it, there's hikmah behind it. The reason why he said that is known to him. We all Gambians, we all can seek for that position. But if I'm from NPP and I didn't agree with them, I should not. Bachilly, I'm now going to stand as an independent. I'll support the person. And when he wins, I'll go straight to the president. I said, well, I'm totally against it, but we are in one team. You understand? Let me have for the betterment of the party. If there's a breakaway, the party will split. Unite. Let's unify it based on reality. But tell the president the truth. The president will tell you, wow, this guy actually, he's more competent than Mr. A. Mr. B is more competent than Mr. A, but he can be independent. He, how you call it? He surrender based on this reality to make sure the party can go, because the enemies are watching. If the MPPs break away, that's the betterment of UDP.
But this is purely an NPP affair. Hamad is a companion. He's a companion. He's not a member of the NPP.
Bachilly.
So does he have the right to speak on something that is purely an NPP affair?
You want the truth or you want me to keep quiet?
I want the truth.
The truth is, when you come to reality, he should more concentrate on NRP. This is my view. But the reason why he said that, I have not spoken to him yet. I heard the statement. He's my colleague. We're in the same coalition. You understand? I will ask him why. But if you say independent are worse than UDP, that statement is deep.
We are running out of time, but I'll ask you.
We cannot run out of time.
We are running out of time. It's a one hour program, so we are running out of time. So let me ask you at least a couple of more questions. One has to do with the issue of reconciliation, because if you look at there's been so much rancor, so much bitterness in the lead up to the 2021 presidential election to now. You have a particular camp that is angry. They do not like what happened.
What's the name of the camp?
The opposition. They do not like the opposition UDP. They do not like what happened. They said you stole the election. They are not accepting President Barrow's victory, and there is a lot of anger and bitterness. I mean, what do you think is the way out in terms of Gambians? I mean, reconciling.
You see, Iblism.
What's Iblism?
That the shayateen. The shayateen.
So that's what you call Iblism?
No.
Wow.
The Iblism.
Yes.
The shayateen.
Is that a word that you coined? Bachilly coined Iblism?
Iblism. Yeah.
Okay.
Iblism.
Yes.
He was created. His jinn. He was in the heaven to make the sword shorter. He has all the exclusive powers. Well educated. Because of jealousy, he could not take it. He kicked out from heaven. When you say you believe in Allah, that the victory is from Allah, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? They will never accept victory until I told you.
So the president organized or called a national conference sort of as a way of geared towards reconciliation?
The president is a leader. I said a leader unite. And he's president, look, the statement he made in Jimara. He said, Your Honorable Kande, come we walk. He said, let's forget about politics, let's just come. If I was the president, I'll make the party leaders the ministers, man. And then I'll give you the task. Be the minister of agriculture, be the minister of science, healthcare, and then I give you the task. You don't deliver, the whole Gambia will know. You just talk. You don't care about the Gambians. You care about if I was the president. UDP, Ba Hussein is my father. Ba Hussein, you need to understand that power belongs to Allah, man. Ba Hussein should be grateful that you have a treasurer from your party who came and resigned, became independent. Allah bless him. He won the election. He loves you so much, he even betrayed some of the coalition member 26 because of love that he gave to Ba Hussein. Making foreign affairs, Ba Hussein just foreign affairs. To Gulf people are near from Argentina to Zimbabwe. Kutukata. Mujoko the vice presidency, the most second power. The man said, no, I don't want the vice president. I want that seat, the throne. Kekendo, Chatopuleng, Ninkenanga President Barrow. I go, okay, say, it's okay. He kicked me out. They put a Chinese net, very dangerous Chinese net. When they send that to the president, even the mosquito cannot escape. Allah's blessing with the Chinese. You know, due respect to my father, resign. This old man should be the political mentor. If you would have, when President Barrow picked him up from the prison, if I was Ba Hussein, I would resign from politics. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Let me hear him out. Yes. That all praise due to Allah Azza wa Jal. You became a president under my UDP. Then there would be no NPP. I'm dead serious. There would be no NPP. But at this time, if Ba Hussein resigned, said, "Look, I'll be your political father. I'm behind. I don't need no position. Whatever I need, just give it to me." There would be no NPP government right now. It's UDP.
The cost of living situation in the country is abominable. What is your view?
It's very serious. There's a blood money there, but it's a global thing. The president has given. You see, this businessman. I want to talk to this businessman. The president, when he went to Congo, Kinshasa, he met my father, my biological father's brother, Uncle Buna Bachilly. Mom that did them orphancy, people who dumped their kids. He picked them up, cleaned them, feed them by Allah's power, educated them. Are you understand? When the president came, he said, go back to land. Let's farm. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let the president invest billions of dollars in agriculture. We have people who are engineers in agriculture. Call the minister of agriculture, competent, not the one in there. Bring proper ones. I can even, if he give me the power, I can find good one for him. They will transform our agriculture system. We feed. But global thing, this is a global thing. Some of the investors, they are taking advantage. The importers, they are taking advantage, which the president knows. He's waiting for the right time. We'll grab them. And if you believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, why?
If it were you, what would you have? Would you send them to Janjambure?
That's not sadaqah. They should know that Bachilly.
What would you do to them?
There's no charity on that. You will go to Janjambure.
For how many days?
For 90 days, man.
3 months. You will jail them for 3 months.
There's no doubt about it. Because, you know, Mr. President, they are using these skyrocketing prices to fight you. If, wallahi, President, if this is only in these 5 years, if that's the only thing you can do to make survival more reasonable, each home will eat proper breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That alone, believe me, next election you're going to win.
Mr. Bachilly,
we've
run out of time.
Thank you very much. Let me give you my last word.
Your last word.
My last word is code of conduct. Code of conduct, not Mr. Njai, dafa deep. Love is there, respect is there, honesty is there, sincerity is there, one-on-one care about Gambia peace is there. If we mistake and we play with the peace that we have, we'll be refugees. They can't forbid. I love Gambia, I love ECOWAS, I love Africa Large. Mr. President Barrow, we are together for life. Do not deviate. If you deviate, it's gonna be, it's not gonna good. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you very much, Mr. Bachilly. Ayatollah, thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. So tonight we will.
We have to get another 2 hours.
We will do that some other time, inshallah.
Much love.
So tonight there will be no what the people say. We've run out of time. We'll be back on Friday. Until then, goodbye from me.